Technology Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah to cheer on the Jazz. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against Sacramento.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things at the wall, and most of it stuck.
Yeah, it did stick in high-quality fashion, too. I mean, a multifaceted approach like that takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense to stop it. That certainly wasn't the case that day.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Barnes and Green of the forward set. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. And it's Bogut and it's the 5 down low. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And, you know, guys, Dante Exum is such a fluid, versatile athlete. Really shows great promise. Has tremendous size and length for a point guard. Can also play the 2. His rookie season last year, though, a mixed bag.
For Dante Exum, Greg, last season he didn't shoot the ball that well, and his turnover rate was what you might expect from a rookie, but his defense was good. In fact, borderline excellent at times.
That's a great point, Kevin. And you know what I like about Exum, when his shot wasn't falling, you know, he didn't allow it to affect the other facets of his game. He would find ways to contribute, and that's the kind of attitude that so many scouts got excited about when they were talking about this guy in the first place.
Green with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. Four on the clock. Here's Hayward. Hayward missing again.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Pass to Favors. Back to Hayward. Kicks to Exum. Down low. Here's Hood. And that comes off the assist by Exum. The Warriors have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Favors with the ball. Now Green defending. Here's Exum. Thompson with the rebound. And the Warriors off to a slow start here. Still without a basket in the game. Here's Curry. Shot is off. And Utah the other way now.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first man.
Favors attacking. Green with the block. Screen by Bogut. Curry dishes to Barnes. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Barnes has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Utah, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Exum passes to Hood. Dishes it to Gobert. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And he gets it to go.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Screen by Bogut. Curry with a wide open look. Curry with another miss.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And Thompson sends it back. Now here's Barnes. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Barnes. Thompson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
A lot of NBA teams have been outright buying developmental league teams. I mean, the Jazz did that last season. They purchased the Idaho Stampede last March, and we see more and more of that happening. One-on-one affiliations between D-League teams and NBA teams.
Exum kicks to Favors. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that way. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Warriors leading by 3. Well, last year the Jazz acquired the Stampede from the D-League. It makes sense. They'll have a designated place now to develop, break all their young talent.
And Kevin, it's really a key for the Jazz to have those extra minutes available for all those young talents to get an opportunity to get confidence, but also to learn your system. I think more and more NBA teams will follow this route of buying D-League teams.
The Warriors have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game up. Curry dishes to Barnes. Outside Curry. Golden State needs to get off a shot. No good from Bogut.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here's Hood. Drills it from outside. Hood's got 5 points so far.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Outside Curry. Pass to Thompson. Here's Barnes. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Here's Curry. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
Who's over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Exum kicks to Favors. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Outside Curry. The feet to Azili. A jump hook. That one off the back iron and out.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Favors. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Utah with the ball after the missed 3 from Iguodala. Good D by Thompson.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
The dish to Exum. Hayward outside. Here's Hood. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Warriors trail. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Exum kicks to Favors. To the paint. Iguodala with the steal. Here's Thompson. A finish.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And the Jazz call time here. A nice bounce-back year for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Spates checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. The Jazz again can't hit it. Warriors leading by 3. 0-1 near Iguodala as he lets it go. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
They set the screen. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Feeds to Gobert. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Now here's Thompson after Dante Exum's miss. Iguodala kicks to Ezeli. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Just watching Festus Ezeli out of Vanderbilt play. He's got the big body inside, moves pretty fluidly, adroit, good footwork. He's kind of got the whole package.
Yeah, he does. He's a space eater. He's very strong, physically good frame. He's a low down there, and what you said, the fact that he's fairly agile, makes him tough.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Derek Favors.
You know, and Ezeli missing a lot of games with various injuries from the knee and ankle a season ago. He can be a quality rebounder and rim protector, but he's got to find a way to stay healthy.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Good.
And Ezeli, originally from Nigeria, picked up the game late. Only played 6 years of organized basketball before going pro. So still developing his hands and offensive skill set, but clearly he's got the tools physically.
Exum with it. And it's Iguodala picking him up. 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Ezeli. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the first. A shot by Hayward, wide open. And it's good. With time running down in the shot clock.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Here is Livingston. From the baseline. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Warriors lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Livingston and Curry are the guard set. Maurice Spates out there with Bogut. And it's Iguodala in the small forward position. Livingston passes to Curry. To the inside. Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Warriors. Now Exum passes it to Gobert. Inside. Stripped away. And now Bogut running the floor all by himself. Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Curry with it. Iguodala outside. Just 5 on the clock. For the 3. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense. But their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season. And some nights, the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. Iguodala with the steal. Here's Curry. Utah with the rebound.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts. And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
Hayward dishes to Favors. And it's Spates with the rebound. Warriors leading by 5.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.